right, Moni or money. Daniel Gamez is here once again today, our debt settlement attorney, to talk about really a problem that, boy, if you get into it, sometimes people don't see any way out if you find yourself deeply in debt.
That's right. You know, credit card debt now, we're still hovering around $850 billion nationwide that people owe. Eventually, people fall into default on these accounts, and then the debt collection calls start. And you need to know what to do if you're in that scenario.
And if you rack up that APR, that 18% or over, it can be detrimental. It's hard to get out from under.
It is, and if you miss a payment, you get up to 29.99%, and then try to get out of it then. You're making payments that may wind up getting $5 towards principal and the rest going towards interest.
Okay, pretty brutal. Okay, right. You have a little quiz for us, so hands on the table.
This is Laura, a quiz on debt.
No, you don't get to hold your hand over.
I want to make sure my belt
yours works.
Okay,
it works.
All
right. But you can hand on the table.
We're going to talk about how to deal with debt collectors now. True or false? It's better to ignore a debt collector's phone call and letters. Laura.
False. Don't ignore it. Address your issue head on.
That's right.
I'm letting her take the early lead.
You do want to take the calls. You want to find out who it is that's calling you, so that you know what to do. There's often options that you have when you're dealing with trying to negotiate a debt or to get into a repayment plan. So you really need to talk to them and find out who's calling you and what you owe.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Question number 2.
They get harder, Laura. Here we go.
True or false? Debt collectors do not need to send proof of the debt. Laura.
They do have to. Wouldn't they have to send proof?
They do, and actually, within 5 days of them contacting you originally, they're supposed to send you a letter stating that you have the right to dispute the validity of the debt. And this is important because if you have somebody calling you don't know who they are, if you've never heard of a company like Midland Funding or Portfolio Recovery, you don't know who these people are, you need to make sure that you actually owe them this debt and it's not a scam. So you can actually send in a request in writing that they validate the debt for you to make sure that you're actually paying the right person.
But these people, let's be honest here, and let's talk about what everybody at home is thinking. Debt collectors at times are really, really nasty.
They are.
They are nasty, and they don't play fair because they're getting a percentage, a small percentage of whatever they manage to collect, or in some cases they bought the debt entirely and they get everything that they collect.
Right.
That's correct.
So you have to really know how the game is played so that you can play fair.
They've incentivized the collection.
Yes, yes, they have. So you need to be careful when you're talking to these people. Be careful what you tell them because they're taking notes and it's information they can
don't agree to anything, I would think.
No.
That sounds like a cop talking.
Oh, well, yeah. This is somebody who really had to fight his way out of significant debt at one time in our lives. And I give Kelly all the credit because she really fought through it. I mean, we just as a young couple, we racked up too much debt. And a lot of it was on credit cards. So now I'm going to get in the game. Here we go.
All right. Question number 3, true or false? You should record your conversations with debt collectors. Mark?
I'm going to say no, because it's illegal to record just one party in California without letting the other one know that they're being recorded.
That's correct. If you're going to record it, you need to let them know ahead of time. It's a 2-party consent state, so both parties need to know that the conversation is being recorded.
But you can't tell them that you're recording it and then record it for the record.
Absolutely, and that may keep them in check so that you're not getting this abusive language and threats that are otherwise illegal.
Okay.
So you want to record it if you can, and most important, if you're getting abuse from a debt collector, take notes, figure out who you're talking to so that maybe you can talk to an attorney about it later and take action against them.
All right, get ready there, Kavanaugh. We're going to tie this baby up
All
right
right,
now.
Last question, true or false? If you don't deal with the debt collectors or collection notices, the debt will go away eventually in time. Mark?
No, it's not going to go away eventually over time. Come on, it's going to go on your credit report, and you're going to get hammered forever.
Well, I'll stick with you.
And more important, if you don't deal with your debt, you're likely to get sued. Non-payment of your debt is considered to be a breach of contract. Oftentimes, what they'll do is it'll go 6 months, the debt gets charged off. People think, oh, I don't owe the debt anymore. But that's not true. You owe the debt. If it gets sold off, the business model for these debt collectors or the third parties is to sue you. Hope you don't respond to the lawsuit so they can get an easy judgment against you.
They get a default judgment, and then, of course, then good luck finding me.
Some great food for thought. Daniel Gamez, thank you so much.
Talk to Daniel before you get in that kind of trouble, though, folks. I mean, really, this is somebody that will negotiate you through this process and help you ease your way through it and do the smart thing and the right thing rather than the expedient thing, which
thanks for helping
sometimes might mean to ignore it. Thank you, Daniel, as always.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.